mistakes or something.
Hi, this is Clay Dixon, and join me is Grayson Brookshire, and we are here with the Class 3A Boys State Championship for Kentucky, and we are waiting for the gun to go off as the temperature is rising here. And they're away. We got a fully loaded field for you. We got about 250 runners out there today. 31 full teams, so one of the largest state meets we've ever had out here. And Grayson, just take us through some of the top runners of today.
All right, well, we have the ever-dangerous St. X crew with Patrick Schaefer and Cooper Marshall leading the way for them. They've had even some workouts on mile split, really primed and ready for this race right here. You have the matchup that has not happened, but we are about to see here today, Yared Naguse and Alex Mortimer. Those two have been tearing it up on the cross-country scene. Naguse with a 15:19 already this year, and Alex Mortimer with a 15:26. So those two, look for those two to be up at the front, as you can already see they're in the top 5 right now.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about those two today, or this season. Basically, Naguse, you see him a lot in the Western Kentucky meets in the Louisville area, and you see him there right in second place. And Mortimer, he's just been dominating the Lexington area, and you hear it's almost like the state is split in two. Everybody on the western side is talking about Naguse, and everybody on the eastern side is talking about Mortimer. So as you said before, this is their first head-to-head matchup of the season, and right away you see them in the front.
Mortimer really had a breakout season last year during his track season when he got runner-up at the state, ran 9:27. So Mortimer had a breakout season and really transitioned into the cross-country mode and dropped his 5K down to 15:26, like I said. And Naguse getting third in the 800 in the track and winning the mile last year at state with a time of 4:12. So we know he's got some speed. We'll see what he can do here on the cross course.
Yeah, he's got a 9:27.32 PR, 4:12 1600 PR, and 1:55 800 meter PR, compared to Mortimer, who has a 4:23 1600 PR and a 9:26. And you heard their 5Ks earlier, 15:26 and 15:19. All right, so we're about to hit the 1 mile mark, and it looks like Naguse is pulling up to Mortimer. Looks like a male runner in third place, leading that chase pack as they come through in.
All right, and through that mile, it was a 4:50, 4:51 for Mortimer and Naguse, and then Dylan Allen of Male following behind them, leading that massive string of runners. Just a couple of seconds off them, 3 or 4.
4:55, 56.
Yeah. So out pretty solid. Nothing too crazy as of right now. But that is Mortimer and Naguse already separating themselves from the field. As you can see, they have a pretty solid gap heading into the second paddock.
A little bit on the St. X runners. Ryan Gunther, I saw him race last track season at the GRC Heavy Metal Throwdown. He won the mile and I believe the 3200, if I'm not mistaken. No, it was one of the other St. X runners. But yeah, he won the mile there, and I really liked what I saw. He's done 15:39 at the Lexington Catholic Invitational. He did 15:51 at Great American Cross Country Festival, and came in 5th place in the Tiger Run earlier this season. So that's Ryan Gunther. Patrick Schaefer, one of his teammates, be looking out for him. He's in that front pack as well. 9:30 to 3200 meter PR, 5K PR, 15:37. That's the thing about the St. X team is, what do they have? About a 5-10 second spread between their top 5. So probably one of the best spreads in the entire nation for St. X. And look at that, you see 3 of them just back to back to back right there.
This is their first head-to-head matchup.
We're approaching the hilly portion of the course. This is where a lot of people make moves. Let's see which one of these guys do.
Naguse and Mortimer are just stride for stride right now. They are just working off of each other, trying to see what the other one's going to do, when a move's going to be made. Sometimes it's the hill. We'll see. We'll see what we got going on right now as St. X moves into that 3rd, 4th, and 5th positions.
Naguse did a 15:42 at the state meet last year, placing 6th place. He is your top returner from last year's state meet, while Mortimer placed 21st place in a 16:24. So Nagoose has done very well here. Again, your top returner, and they have yet to race each other this season. And I wonder what they're thinking. Like, I mean, this is the guy that I've been hearing all about all season, or something like that. Or
I like to think that it's just a challenge. It's like, okay, this is the guy that I need to beat in order to be the best in Kentucky right now. So
looking like St. X and the male runners really kind of approaching them there. Looks like they got about a 10-meter gap now, as we'll really be able to see what that hill has done to them.
I believe that's Schaefer, Gunther,
St. X moving
and
up.
Marshall of St. X.
Last year at the state meet for their teams, 4th place was Davies County, 3rd place Meade County,
Yeah,
2nd place
X.
South Oldham with 87, and St.
No,
X
it's male.
dominated and won
Another
it
St.
in
X
37
in the
points.
half, and
I
St.
believe
X
it was
spot
the
guy
year
at
before
CMS.
South Oldham upsetted St. X by just a couple of points. This year, like we've been saying, look out for St. X. Trinity is very strong. I know Eastern, they've done very well throughout the season and showed that they have some promise and maybe even get in the top 2. So be looking out for those 3 teams, all from the Louisville area.
And as you see on your screen right now,
Whoa.
Nagoose using the downhill, making up a pretty good gap on Mortimer. Just out of nowhere, you could tell he decisively swung around Mortimer right before the downhill. So he's created a little bit of a gap. We'll see if Mortimer can respond. And then there's the St. X trio working really well together.
He's trying to
Then the
close
chase
gap
pack
now.
behind them spread out just a little bit. As Mortimer has responded a little bit, closed just a little bit of that gap. So
we got a race on our hands
he's
here.
not giving up just yet.
Still got a few gears left in them. We're approaching, we got a couple more hills, so just a little bit more of a challenge. And then it's going to be a full speed sprint for about a K downhill. So it looks like Nagoose, he's been caught up to by Mortimer. He's the, everybody from his hometown here in Lexington knows him, and they're just cheering for him, while Nagoose, it looks like he's just that guy from Louisville in Lexington. So they're about to hit the 2-mile mark.
2 mile in about 10:09, 10:10, so they haven't slowed off the pace too much. They're still well on a fast pace, definitely sub 16 pace, as the St. X squad only about 5-6 seconds behind them.
About 5:15, another St. X runner in that the second chase pack. Like they're slowing down a little bit. They had a pretty quick downhill portion as they may be saving up for that final kick there. St. X slowly moving up, working together as a team. It looks like they really like the pack running, I've heard.
As there's your chase pack of a couple other guys, 2 Eastern runners in there. Another St. X.
I believe that is Emerson Wells from Eastern. Also look out for Dunbar. They've done very well out of the Lexington region. Probably, just to be looking out for them. They've been having a rising team. Looks like you see some of the Grogan boys in there from McCracken County looking pretty strong with their... All right, we go back to your leaders. They got the final uphill portion here. See if anybody makes a big move here. Encourage you all to go to krcc-tv.com and check out some cross-country and track footage there. Also go to kytrackxc.com and Striders High
Especially the St. X
for all sorts of great coverage.
What if you had 5 guys going in the straightaway?
And this has really been a good duel between these two up front right now. The St. X pack ever looming, but these two just
Trying to
going
move
back
up to
and
St. X.
forth with it. Leads changing, some surges happening, but right now see Nagoose pulling up on the side of Mortimer, but neither of them giving up.
Is he at 2? Is that at 2 mile or he just ran by?
No. He's coming.
It's going to be a good last K here.
3,500.
Yeah. All right.
They both have the strength to finish this out hard. Nagoose a little bit more speed than Mortimer, so we'll see if Mortimer can match his speed in the last K. And then there's the St. X trio trying to catch them.
Looks like they're just yo-yoing back and forth between the two. As we got, this is about, less than 800 meters, about 7, maybe 600 meters to go. St. X still in there. Looks like a couple of them pushing away, trying to give the last push. Maybe they can get to steal that state title. Here we are at about 300 meters to go. That's Goose and Mortimer still neck and neck. I've never seen anybody this close before. This is insane.
Stride for stride. It's been since Jake Wilderman and Ritzenheim since we've seen two compete so close, and that was 6 years ago.
Yeah, about 6 years ago. And let's see as they come in with about 220 meters to go. That's Mortimer making a move. It looks like Goose trying to respond. We have 200 more meters to go. St. X still in the mix, but Goose throwing down one final surge there as he's got about 150, and he is showing his track speed. Can Mortimer respond?
Goose.
With 100 meters to go, and he is in full gear. That is Yaron the Goose from DuPont Manual, the senior, taking the win.
Incredible race, an incredible finish. You're in the Goose, your 2016 3A Boys State Champion from DuPont Manual. Alex Mortimer, your runner-up, and a great duel between them as Patrick Schaefer coming in for third from St. X as the St. X trio files in.
15:41 for the win and 48 for second place. St. X has 3, and there's Dunbar. That is Austin Matthews. Here comes Logan Greco from Meade County. St. X's 4-man. There's Dylan Allen giving a final surge right around Emerson Wells. There's Trinity's first runner.
2 more St. X runners in, so they have 6 in.
Eastern's got 2 ins. St. X 6 ins. So St. X is basically just destroyed today. Looks like I saw Pulaski County, Simon Kenton, Davies County had their first runner come through. So the battle of second for the season is on.
You saw the 2 McCracken County brothers, Grogans, finishing really well here today. And some of the other runners coming in here is another St. X, 2 more DuPont Manual.
All right, just a little bit on those top few runners again. Yaron the Goose for the win in 15:41, 15:48 for Alex Mortimer, Patrick Schaefer, Ryan Gunther, and Cooper Marshall, 15:53, 15:58, and 16:04 respectively. As this is we're about 100 runners in, and it looks like somebody fell down. I believe that's a Dunbar runner. Dunbar looks like a teammate. He's standing and trying to support him out there.
The Goose actually won by 7 seconds, but such a close race.
Yeah, the
there
results
until like the last 150 meters. So 7 seconds in a 150 meter stretch. He was really booking it and giving it everything he had there that last 150.
He just got that foot speed. We'll take you to an interview with him in just a minute, so stay tuned for that as we're wrapping up here at the finish line. We'll get unofficial team results to you in just a minute as well. We're wrapping up here at the 3A state meet, boys cross country. Alright, so unofficially we got top 4. 4th place DuPont Manual with 163 points, and just barely in front of them in 3rd place is Eastern 157, and in 2nd place Trinity of Louisville 105 points, and dominating for the day from Louisville St. Xavier 33 points. So and then just once more, Yaron the Goose and Alex Mortimer battled it out with the Goose winning in 15:41 and Mortimer 15:48. So we'll take you to a quick interview with them in just a moment, so stay tuned for that.
Andy Hazel. Andy Hazel. You are in earshot. That's all I know, baby. We have your icon here. Andy Hazel.
We're here with state champ of 3A, Yared the Goose. Yared, you battled with Alex Mortimer that entire race, so tell me a little bit about the race and what was going through your head during it.
So my main goal was kind of like keep close with Alex, or at least like try to inch out in front of him throughout most of it. I know I usually don't do too well in like the middle of the race, so I know like having Alex there really helped me like keep trucking through it and not let like someone behind me catch up.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and coming into today, obviously the state title was the goal. What was just some of the stuff that you did to you know, prepare for this?
Well, I mean, as a team, we usually like taper off for like the last couple of weeks. A lot of rest. I usually don't get a lot of sleep, so this week I tried a lot more sleep, and I think it paid off some.
All right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the first head-to-head match with him, y'all kind of avoided each other all year. So, all right, and coming down that final stretch, you know, you all were neck and neck. So you just had to rely on that speed, right?
Yeah. I usually try to like have something left because I know like sure it hurts now, but if you ran a little bit faster, then
Yeah.
you know it'll hurt a little bit more. So I mean, yeah, I typically have something left over at the end of my races.
It looked like you put a big move there on the downhill stretch at about a little before 2 miles. Was that your idea where you were going to get him there? Or
Yeah.
were you surprised when he was still with you? Or
I figured he would have stayed with me, but a big part of my coach is like, on the uphills, you can let him get out a little bit, but we work the downhills, so the downhill's always been like a big part for us.
Okay.
So anytime I have a downhill, it's just dive there.
Yeah, you definitely made the decisive move there, and the race really sped up from there. So, well, congratulations on your state title, and you enjoy.
Thank you.